Hello everyone, my name is Miranda Yang. Today I'm gonna introduce the leadership style of Diane van Fusberg. Diane van Fusberg is a Belgian-American fashion designer born in 1946. She began her designing career in 1970. 2 years into her career, she designed her first iconic wrap dress in 1972. In her 1988 interview with New York Magazine, she described her wrap dress as a uniform that had a simple little cotton jersey that appealed to many people. Currently, Fastenberg is renowned for her eponymous label with the following acronym DVF. In addition to her symbolic dresses that had a wide-reaching appeal, apart from the above-mentioned commitment, von Fusberg was in 2006 named the president of CFDA, which in the previous year awarded her an award for lifetime achievement. In brief, she got to exercise leadership in her business and her role as the president at CFDA. Now, let's move to Diane van Fusberg's word with me. Now I will introduce some characteristics of DVF leadership style. DVF has been the founder and co-chairperson of her own business, DVF, for about 40 years, and there are a lot of things to learn from her victories and slip-ups, and as the president of CFDA. Now I will introduce the examples of leadership style characteristics exhibited by DVF at the helm of her career as a leader. These characteristics are divided into positives and negatives. First part is positive leadership elements of her. One of the features that have defined DVF since her emergence into the business cycles is her unique vision and the way she managed to pursue that vision. Having a vision has made her one of the best visionary leaders in the business real world today. She had a vision and executed it perfectly, making her a visionary leader. The success of her brand attributes to the independence vision she had while in her first marriage. Alongside the element of vision, the rise of Fusberg is due to her creativity. It is apparent that she had always tried to remain authentic. According to the Independent article, she invented the wrap dress. She did it by blending two of her designs after seeing Julie Nixon wearing her top and skirt, then made an effort to fuse the two into a dress. Furthermore, another critical element that defines her rise to the top is the power of positivity. DVF has remained positive despite several setbacks in both her personal and business life. A leader needs to always remain positive, even when things are not going as planned, as it would help create a healthy work environment, in particular during stressful periods. A never-give-up attitude characterizes her leadership style. In brief, DVF is a charismatic leader. DVF never quit attitude, for instance, came to be after the wrap dress took her to the top of the fashion world, but the shifting of the industry nearly made her lose her fortune. However, she remained determined and built her business again and finalized her comeback in the 90s. Her brand DVF has now gone global. In addition, she understands the importance of delegation. On an interview, when asked about finding a successor, DVF pointed out that she would be like a CEO that loves products and a person that can establish rapport with the consumers and address their needs. She successfully identified the skills of a person that she thinks will best suit her position. Delegation is a sign of strong leadership, and allows a leader to focus on other important and personal issues, especially when aged. Weisenberg stresses on the power of confidence as well. Confidence has been part of her style, and as she highlights in an interview, she cannot minimize the power of confidence in her journey as a business leader. On confidence, she never doubts her power and that she always lives positively, and she likes transferring that confidence to others through mentorship. Lastly, DVF as the president of CSBA demonstrated an important leadership trial of cross-culture. The United States is made up of a society that has a lot of cultures, and as the leader of a fashion organization, she often acknowledged the role played by each culture in the fashion world through awards and recognition. For example, she at one time sent a memo to members of the organization to encourage them to come up with fashion shows that are truly multicultural, that incorporate the black models. And she likes when these shows represent all the races in America. As such, her culture concern as the president gives her the cross-cultural features. The second part is the negative leadership element of her. DVF has not been in a position to demonstrate the power of teamwork and delegation effectively in her business career as a leader. Even though DVF focused on individualism and success in her business journey, this negatively affects her leadership instincts. One limitation to this approach is that she cannot get to exercise some management theories. In addition to concepts such as contingency and system theory in her business. In brief, putting more emphasis on oneself in a business that is growing tremendously limits a lot of issues. For instance, challenges and conventional growth among others that would have been experienced when trusting in a team and having a team-oriented business mentality. As a leader, it is one's responsibility to talk about his or her team and recognize how teamwork has been behind the success of one's business. There is no doubt that recognizing teamwork will create an environment of trustworthiness and will act as a motivating or inspiring factor on the side of employees. It is so unfortunate that as a business leader in her organization, DVF only distinguished the power of all self when talking about the success of her brand. In brief, DVF fails to acknowledge the spirit and the dedication of others in her rise to the top. Lastly, DVF is an autocratic leader. In her organization, it is apparent that she holds all the responsibility and authority, and everything about DVF and all the things about her company is all about her. In an interview with Liz Welch, DVF pointed out that as an entrepreneur, she relies on her instinct, implies and patience, and that makes her the heart and engine of her business. She still emphasizes on the power of herself. The third part that I want to introduce is DVF's negotiating skills. Unfortunately, there are no documented instances where DVF engaged or engages in a negotiation online. However, that does not entail that DVF does not engage in any negotiation scenarios. In this part, I will present the perspective of DVF on negotiation and what to do or consider according to her from one of the sources. Then use the information to project a real-world scenario. In one of the business lessons presented by this woman regarding the professional life of DVF, DVF knows that when negotiating license, a person needs to acknowledge what he or she is getting engaged in or involved with. In addition, she acknowledged that it is appropriate to put yourself into the shoes of the other person. in order to understand their side and acknowledge their interests. Also, it is imperative to make certain that everything signed or agreed on is based on each other's interests. Therefore, all these elements offers a mental picture of how negotiation involving DVF would look like or how the proceedings would be. In brief, in a negotiation between DVF and another person or representative, there is the need to anticipate the following aspects. Positional bargaining, where the argument between the two is based on a position. Each side takes a position, but professionally and strive to make concessions to arrive at the desired outcome. If the other person is a male, then DVF will try to exert her dominance from a feminist point of view. Overall, DVF negotiating strategy in a contracting discussion is problem solving. The fourth part that I want to introduce is how DVF could improve her leadership skills. Considering the fact that DVF largely emphasizes on the concept or power of individualism, there is need to model her mentality and efforts to become team-oriented, which offers the right environment for the exercising of leadership skills. First, DVF need to embrace the concept of team and team dynamics and recognize their efforts in the building of her DVF brand. As a leader, the following are some of these approaches which DVF need to consider and that considers her negative leadership characteristics. DVF has a nature-born leadership instincts. As such, she needs to acknowledge and continue making use of her strengths and above all her gifts. She started a business from scratch, and after it crumbled, she staged one of the greatest comeback. She can incorporate these natural abilities to the personal strengths that she has managed to develop over her lifetime. Therefore, realizing and utilizing these two areas will assist DVF in becoming a formidable or iconic leader in the fashion industry. Passionate is another important factor that can be effectual in improving DVF's leadership skills. She needs to demonstrate on challenges from work when dealing with employees and colleagues in the industry. She just needs to think of new approaches to express her enthusiasm. Moreover, DVF needs to appreciate the contribution of others in her success in a passionate manner, as this would give her a renewed sense of leadership. Now, I would like to introduce my personal management style. I would like to become a supportive-oriented leader. This supportive-oriented leader makes work pleasant for the workers by showing concern for them and by being friendly and approachable. If I'm a leader in an organization, I will prioritize the value of everyone in the organization, place time and effort in meeting the individual needs of everyone involved, having more casual interactions with team members to learn about their strengths and weaknesses, creating a non-competitive work environment in order to making everyone in this organization would feel comfortable as a family, and encourage each individual to present and practice what they consider to be valuable to the organization. Because I understand that building a positive productivity team requires a positive work environment where individuals feel encouraging. In addition, individuals led by a supportive-oriented leader may be more willing to take risks because they know that the leader will provide the support if they need it. The last part, I want to introduce my personal negotiation tactics. Personally, I'm an integrative negotiator. I'd like to developing mutually beneficial agreements based on the interests of two parties that involved in a negotiation, and eventually achieve everyone get all of what they want. I hope that through negotiations, the two parties will be able to obtain a relatively equal interest because it is the only possible way for both parties to have more cooperation or to maintaining good relations in the future. In addition, I'm a very gentle, reactional, and positive negotiator. I'm good at using positive examples to persuade the benefits of concession to the other side in order to reduce my aggressivity. And even I will use my advantage as a female, as a woman, to appropriate to show weakness in front of male negotiators and see each other as friends to communicate. This will ensure that I can make concession first and that my own interests are not affected, so as to win the sympathy and understanding of the other party, and voluntarily accept concessions from other parties. This is my negotiation. Now we are learn some part of DVF's leadership style and her negotiation skills, and also learn some part of my leadership style and negotiate skills. Some significant stresses that I can learn from her include her unique vision for the business and the future has made her emerge as visionary leader that is ready to create something out of nothing. As such, cementing her creative instincts in the fashion industry. Moreover, she has been positive throughout her career by acknowledging the power that women possess and the difference they can make. Despite facing both personal and career challenges during the courses of her life, Feisenberg has never given up and has remained confident. Another strength that I can learn from her is the willingness to admit and learn from her failures and weaknesses, and at the end emerge victorious. Thanks for your listening. Hope to see you in the future. Bye!